Hey beautiful people, it is your girl Phonetic Wisdom back at it again out here at the beach and just honing in on my energy, doing my breath work, meditation, chanting, all the things. And the bees are still on me today. I think this is day 5. And I was just feeling like, sheesh, am I not getting the message? Is there a more urgent message than the message that I believed that I was supposed to get? And there's messages that I really need to share, that I'm being called to share, and I must not be selfish and keep that to myself. So I pulled some cards, and I got the Sun card first. This is actually from my Energy Oracle cards deck, and I got the Sun card, which is not a coincidence because bees are a symbol of the sun as well. And in the picture there's a woman, and she has a like a painting palette with paint on it, and the bee also is symbolic of the goddess sun energy. This all goes back to the bee. No coincidence. That's why I painted my nails yellow, because, and you see I came out here and I didn't even think about this. I just was like, oh, it's cute, I'm gonna put it on. But yes, the bee message is very, very, very strong. So if anybody else has been being followed by the bee, and they've been noticing the bee more often than not, I really want y'all to pay attention to this, because I'm beginning to think that the bees are very they're endangered. They've been endangered, but I'm starting to feel as if it's at a point where we need to start doing more work to preserve the bees, because as I read in an article, there's a certain type of bee that has become extinct in Canada. I think it's called the rusty patch bumblebee. It's become extinct in Canada, and it's endangered in the US. Now, there was an article that I read where it said, because of the process, bees also, what they do naturally is fertilize and pollinate. And so this is a process that's very, very important for our ecosystem. They fertilize and pollinate, a great amount. Is that a bee behind me? A great amount of our, flowers, our fauna, our plant life. They fertilize a great amount of the plant life that we currently are able to enjoy today. And I don't know exactly where this occurred, but there are some common species or plants. I have to look it up again. I'll do my best to attach the article, because I just read this, and it said that there was a species that died off in the areas where the bumblebees were dying off. And so I feel like it's a call to protect nature, the ecosystem, and basically to realign with nature. That's really what it comes back to, because I don't know if I said this in my last video or if I just wrote it in my journal, but I think I wrote it in my journal. And I was basically saying, when you're not one with nature, it will bite you in the ass. And a bee stung me in my butt. So I think it's just a very, very strong message that something is, and a lot of things are not, in order or in natural order, and we have to bring it back together. We have to work together to get this right. And so if that is resonating with anybody, please do more research about the bees, because they not leaving me alone. They flying into my car. I'm talking to them because I'm like, yo, I don't got no beef with you, but they be buzzing in my ear, all up in my nose. I'm like, ooh, I'm not scared of y'all, but I do like space, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely when I chanted, I make sure I chanted Ram, because that's for your solar plexus, and the solar plexus is yellow. That goes back to the color of that energy. And working on my solar plexus, because bees, they have a certain type of power. When you research them, you will see that it is said in most, if not all of these articles, that the beauty of the bee is that they are not aerodynamically built to fly. but because of their willpower is associated with your solar plexus. Because of their willpower, they fly anyway. Meaning that bees are symbolic of achieving the impossible, right? So whoever that's for, may you receive it. And so this card is beautiful because the sun also represents new beginnings, celebration. There's a baby in here giving birth. When I was having my release the other day, when I was crying, I noticed I put my feet up as if I was going into labor because I felt like I needed to push the pain out. And I said to myself, I was like, I'm giving birth to something big and amazing. And that's what this card is really saying. We are painting a new reality for ourselves. We are creating a new reality for ourselves because it is our vision, the painting, that is going to bring this reality into our current, physical dimension and space. And so that's the beauty of that card. Now I got the community card. The community card is awesome because bees are also about community. And you see there's 3 goddesses in this card, right? 3 goddesses. And so our community needs our nurturing. They need our nurturing, and moreover, they need our gifts. Even if we do not agree with certain aspects of a community, it is really not for us to judge. It is for us to work hard to be the influence, to be the shift that community needs to improve themselves, to be better for the hive, because bees work together to maintain the hive, right? And so that card is very much speaking to nourishing our community, because if you see all the fruits in here, if you can see the fruits, there's fruitfulness in your community, because what goes around comes around, right? Don't get caught up in the idea that there's not enough to go around, or that it's just a lack. That's not true. That's a lie. And don't feed into that idea, because there is more to be received in sharing with those around you, those who are like-minded, those who are in need, and releasing your ego so that you can be present and really shift spaces just by being present. A lot of times we don't even need to do too much. We just need to be there, And a lot of us, we're not showing up in the way that we need to. We're not showing up as often as we need to. And I'm holding myself accountable. Like, I need to do more. And what I love in both of these cards, the sun card and the community card, is both butterflies. I keep seeing monarch butterflies. And, butterflies for me is one of my spirit animals. I'm starting to wonder how many I have. But today I seen like at least 6. I seen like 6 butterflies. And butterflies are representative of change. They're representative of change. And if you are familiar with the butterfly effect, when you see that movie, it opens up with a information about the butterfly, about how fast a butterfly is flapping its wings. It's like it's creating little ripples within the air. And so it's creating small ripples of change. Now, even though you can't feel it, it's happening, right? There is changes happening in our community. And we need to be a part of that change. Now, even though it may look bleak right now, it may look really scary, these little changes are going to manifest into very, very, very massive shifts. I don't even know any other way to say it. It's going to be a massive shift. And it starts with the little. So we need to start getting the little work in now. Like, it starts with a little and it becomes more, right? And so there's that. Now the financial constraints card came out, right? And now I know myself personally, when I first got these cards, I was experiencing attachment, right? And that's something I spoke about in one of my last videos. When you see these cards, you have to remember, in Kemetic philosophy, every day is a new day. Every day is a new day. This is how our so-called Egyptian ancestors, which are really our Kemetic ancestors, move through each day as if it was an entirely new day. You don't bring yesterday into today, because that day is done. Each day is judgment day, right? And so sometimes we see a card that's not necessarily deemed the most exciting or great, but that doesn't mean that this has to go into tomorrow. You deal with today. This is today's reading, okay? This is today's energy. What are you going to do to shift that, right? So this card is financial constraints. But what I love about this card here, right? What I love about this card right here, the number 13 at the top. Now, 13 is the number of the divine feminine, right? Feminine is about receiving. It's about receptivity. I don't remember what video I was watching or what I read, because I watch a lot and I read a lot, and I'm going to do better to put this information together for y'all, so y'all don't think I'm just talking on my butt, but those who know. 13 is the number of the divine feminine, right? Now, feminine energy is about receptivity. Now, the reason that those who are wealthy is because they understand how to utilize their feminine energy to receive abundance, to manifest, right? Now, the fact that this card came out at the end of what seemed to be so great, so awesome, maybe not so much because the work in the community was a little bit anxiety provoking for some. The fact that this came after new beginning community, new beginnings in the community, financial strengths. Now, maybe there's those of you that are relying on your community to provide for you. There are those of you that are relying on your community to provide for you. And that is not necessarily a bad thing, but maybe it's the way that you are looking at it and expecting it that is causing you this lack, this sense of lack, right? Now, when you provide for yourself, you can provide for others, right? And naturally, you will be provided for. Now, if you're looking to come up off your community, you need to shift your energy, because you're going to have to give a lot more before you receive the much that you desire, right? Now, there are those of us who want to build empires, and that's beautiful. That's wonderful. But you are not going to be able to build it off the back of people that don't have much, because that would be unethical, right? Or perhaps that is my perspective. It's for you to really decide who you are and your energy and your purpose and how you function. Nonetheless, something is saying to me, if you are looking to come up off the little people around you, you should probably check your out. You should probably check yourself. You should probably check your shit. You should probably check your shit, because that is going to lead to a lot of troubles for you. It could lead to unexpected loss of money or stupid little things that come up that suck away your money, and you're wondering, like, why are these things happening to me? Is because the way that you are intending to receive your abundance is from a lack mindset. It's from a mindset and an ideology that is really rooted in taking more from those who already have less. So be mindful of how you are expecting to receive your abundance. You are going to receive your abundance. You just have to know that. You have to believe that. You have to walk in that. And you have to do the work to receive it. Now, so long as you do the work and you put yourself first and then your community, because you cannot help your community if you do not help yourself, you will be fine. You will not have to worry about this, because whatever financial constraints you experience will just be on the road to your abundance, because there you have to accept in life there is gains and there are losses. And you have to deal with the loss. You have to accept the loss. You cannot be bitter about it. You cannot be resentful. Do not get hung up on this. Do not get hung up on your money or your losses. It will slow you down. It will stop you. It will block you. Okay? We need to shift our focus from money, because there's an acronym that I got from the book, the Abundance book. And money is, in that book, an acronym for my own natural energy yield. So you need to check your energy, right? You need to check your energy and see what you believe about money. Ask yourself what you believe about money. Ask yourself why you believe that. Ask yourself how you can change that belief. Ask yourself what you believe about your community. Ask yourself about how you see yourself in the community. What you see yourself contributing to the community. Just ask yourself these questions, and you will have so much more clarity. And so I knew that that's something I need to share, because I don't share enough, because I have anxiety, and that's really not an excuse, because it is what it is, right? So whoever needed this, I pray you receive it. I love you. I give thanks for you. And yes, peace, love, and revolution.